Yeah, I thought our puck possession was significantly better. I thought our overall team play was better. And I thought just our commitment to doing the things that we've been practicing was better.
You talked about, when we talked about your identity for the team last week, you mentioned possess, attack, defend. How would you assess how well you did those, 3 areas and kind of fit that identity this past week?
Yeah, I thought really well Friday, really well first period on Saturday. And then I think we put ourselves in a tough situation with a couple penalties, bad timing on the penalties, and which gave them momentum. And we didn't raise our defending attack to match their momentum, which then made it an even game down the stretch. And then they got a nice goal in overtime. So we needed to raise our level of defending because we gave them momentum, and they capitalized on it.
Again, we talked about it last week, but still, getting acclimated to that 3-on-3 overtime, facing it again this weekend. As you still look for that first win in overtime, how has that adjustment been for the guys, and do you sense you're getting a little more comfortable in that format, even though they haven't got the result that they wanted?
Yeah, I actually liked how comfortable we were with the format, and we definitely want to get our first win in overtime or sooner. But it came down to really just one guy in Bowling Green and one guy in Canisius making a play that we haven't made on the offensive end, right? We've had good chances, good team chances. We haven't attacked one-on-one maybe as much as we might with the right situation, the right space, the right timing. So some of these teams, Canisius and Bowling Green in particular, have played 3-on-3 for a year, and they've learned maybe the ins and outs, and we've got to learn from the 3 of 4 games that we've taken into 3-on-3.
Absolutely. And then as this season rolls on a little bit here, getting into the 3rd weekend or so of gameplay, do you sense a little bit more cohesion amongst the guys, where a lot of new faces coming together? Do you see it kind of starting to gel, starting to click a little bit on the team?
I do, and what we talk about off the ice is that chemistry and cohesion and trust and respect for each other, that we've started to move the lines around a little bit, and you start to see the guys having those conversations about how they like to play, what they're seeing. So I do feel that overall on the ice, we're seeing a group rise, not just one individual.
And then just finally for me, getting ready to play Vermont this weekend, what kind of challenges do they present, early in the week here, but what are you looking at when you're facing Vermont? Yeah,
I mean, they're a team that changed their coach 2 years ago, so this is year 2. They've added a bunch of new players. They play in a really good league in Hockey East. They don't have a win yet, but they've played very well. They do a bunch of different things on special teams, and different than a lot of other teams do, which I think is, their coach's pro influence. So it's fun to prepare for that. But they're a speedy, skilled, quick team that we're going to have to go in and impose our will on them and on the game.
And does it matter to you only having playing one game this weekend? Would you rather play 2 and just start early in the season to kind of keep getting those games in, or what's your feeling on playing?
I'd like to play every other night if we could. If we could do that all year, then let's do it. The fact that we have one game is a little bit of a reprieve from the grind, maybe for a day this week, but it's nice to be playing games. We didn't want to give our guys an off weekend, especially early in the year. Our guys are just so excited to be playing and so happy to be able to compete, practice and play, that to throw one game in there was, to me, a necessity.
Dave, just the one game before league play starts, is there anything you're looking for as far as your lineup? You're trying to set some things lines-wise, or is it always kind of an ongoing kind of rotation you're trying to look for?
Yeah, it's always ongoing. I think that to have the one league game only gives us one opportunity this weekend, and honestly the biggest challenge right now is we have some new players, whether it be freshmen or sophomores, that have shown that they're ready to get in there, but the veteran guys have been just a little bit better. So that's the biggest challenge, that especially with only one game, because now you go an entire another week without some young guys or new guys having an opportunity to show what they're ready to show.
And then lastly, preparation-wise, is it any different from 2 years ago and beyond, I guess, previously, where you haven't faced any of these teams you're playing, even league teams, you haven't faced a number of, like yours team, half the team. Is there anything you do differently preparation-wise, or is it still the same kind of video and things like that?
Yeah, so preparation-wise, it's very similar now that we're 2-3 weeks in, because everybody's played and we've got live action from this year. We do go back and watch and see if they're consistent, and we even watched all of the teams that were playing this year. We watched them during the pandemic. We scouted them even though we had no chance of playing. So we're aware of, the new team, Vermont, has a new coach. They have a different style, but now they've also had 3 games, so we watch all 3 of those games.
Yeah, I thought we were pretty hard on the forecheck. I thought we were working them pretty well in the cycle, and then we were getting pucks and bodies to the net, getting some goals that way. We scored a lot of different ways, power play, rush, off the cycle, in front of the net, so I thought we were scoring a lot of different ways, and we just got to bring that more consistently on Saturday as well.
Yeah, what do you think is the key to maybe, capturing the kind of offense that you had in that first game with the 6 goals?
Yeah, I thought the first half of that game on Saturday, I thought we had the momentum and we were really cycling them hard down low. So I think we kind of lost that momentum when we started taking penalties, so I think we got to stay out of the box this weekend, and kind of if we take a penalty, we got to get the momentum back quicker. And then kind of keep pressing.
And you guys still getting overtime. Still getting used to those 3-on-3, overtimes. What do you think has been the challenge there? And do you think that you guys are seeing some progress facing it so much early in the season?
Yeah, we're working on that every week in practice. So it's a work in progress. I think it's just the little things, we need a change in the offensive zone, smarter changes. Stay above our guy on the D side, things like that we need to be aware of, and obviously being more creative offensively, creating some more chances.
And then playing Vermont this weekend, what kind of challenges do they present? What are you kind of preparing for this week to get ready for them this Saturday?
Yeah, they're going to be a good team. They've played some really good teams. I think they have some skill, and it's going to be a good challenge for sure. We're looking forward to it.
Do you prepare any differently for a single game week than you would for a weekend series? Is there anything you do differently as far as getting ready for those type of weekends?
No, not really. It's pretty much the same. Just kind of, we have nothing to save it for. Same thing as a Friday night, but especially this weekend, just kind of leave it all out there.
And special teams wise, you got another power play over the weekend. Penalty kills have been pretty good. What has coach said, and what have you guys seen from you guys special teams wise?
Yeah, I think we just need to be more consistent in those areas. I think we've shown glimpses that we can be really good on the power play and penalty kill. It's just bringing that every game, and every time, a special teams unit is out there taking pride in it.
I thought we were better defensively in our own zone. We're a lot harder against Canisius compared to Bowling Green, and I thought our penalty kill was a lot better.
And then looking at it from the offensively, what do you think is the key to kind of keep that offensive pace going in that first game where you guys were able to score 6 goals? Maybe not do that every night, but keep a consistent production.
I think we got pucks in low and just outworked them and used our strength and our body positioning and just grinded them down. And then you saw the goals in the second and third. I think that's just because we wore them down, and we're just able to keep pressure in the offensive zone.
With the new overtime rules, we could assume that people are still getting used to it a little bit, but do you guys feel a little more comfortable even though you haven't gotten that win because you faced it 3 times now, worked on it in practice? Yeah,
we practiced it quite a bit. It sucks that we haven't gotten the result yet, but personally I feel really comfortable, and our team is definitely getting better. We see it on video that we gave up a couple bad chances, but I thought we looked pretty good in our 3-on-3.
And do you sense that this team is starting to gel a little bit more as the time goes on with a lot of young guys coming together, a lot of new faces? You guys feel like it's starting to click a little bit? Yeah,
definitely. It was hard at the beginning. There's so many new guys, so many different paths to get here, but we definitely gelled together a lot off the ice and just hanging out and being a team, so it's been good.
Jake, and the D-Corps, obviously there's a lot of new guys there. What has been your role as far as leadership? I know there's a couple of veterans that come in, grad transfers and stuff, but being one of the veterans who's been here the longest, what has it meant for you to be able to kind of share your knowledge of RK hockey to them?
Just the way our coaches work and our culture, the standard that we have. Let the new guys, the transfers, know what we expect from them, how hard we expect to play, and kind of our goals for each game. I think that's kind of what me and Halsey have been taught to do. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think we were just playing more as a team. Plus, I think we had a little bit better of a start. Opposed to our first 2 games, we came out punching, opposed to just kind of sitting back and seeing what the other team had. Yeah, I think we just had a really good team game overall. Like, our goaltending was good, our defense was good, and obviously our offense was great. We had 6 goals, like a variety of goals too: power play, penalty kill, empty net, 5-on-5. So we were kind of hitting on all cylinders that night.
Yeah, what do you think is the key to kind of keeping that consistency with that offense to be able to, maybe not score 6 goals every night, but be able to maintain that steady production?
I think we're still just getting used to each other. We have a lot of new guys on our team, and we've been switching lines up quite a bit, and that's not a bad thing. We got to get used to each other, and throughout the year we're going to find different things that work and different things that don't. I mean, there might be things that don't work now that might work later in the year. We don't really know. It's still pretty early, so we're just trying to stay consistent in what we're doing every day at practice and working hard, and just trying to get better every day.
You mentioned getting used to each other. You're also getting used to that new overtime format, 3-on-3, the first time that they've had that. You guys have already played 3 games already. Still looking for that first win, though. What I guess adjustments are you guys looking to make, and also just how has it been getting used to that? Facing it so much earlier this season.
I think we're just practicing it. I mean, the only way to get used to it is to practice it. So, yeah, we've had a couple unfortunate losses, but I mean, those losses are just things that we can go to later in the year is what to improve on and what to grow from. I think guys are used to playing 3-on-3 because some formats in practice, like certain drills, have been 3-on-3 since we were youth kids, but it's rare that it's full ice, and considering that it's overtime, it's at the end of the game, people's energies might be low, and when your energy's low like that, you just gotta kind of take a deep breath and realize that it's 3-on-3. We've been doing it for a while now. We all know how to play, so let's take a deep breath and just try and do our best and get a win.
And just with Vermont this weekend, what kind of challenges do they present to get ready for Vermont on Saturday?
We haven't really done any video on them yet, so I'm not sure.
Okay. And line combination-wise, are you guys feeling like you guys are gelling more with the groups? You play more and more games with the same groups of guys? Yeah,
we practice and we play, so that's what we do here. And even on the ice, but just off the ice, like everybody's gelling when we're hanging out or working out together. Chemistry's big on every team, so the more we form some sort of chemistry and with every single guy, like the better chance we have to switch up the lines, and every guy can play with everybody just based on simple chemistry, really.